she was like, blah, 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 blah. Hi, welcome to Eternal Love of Drama, and happy Lunar New Year to everyone. I can't remember what we're supposed to be doing today, because I don't remember which day it is, but whatever you're doing and eating today, I hope you enjoy it very much. Anyway.
And it's the year of the tiger, so be fierce.
It's the year.
And watch dramas.
There's a tiger in this drama. Yes, there is a tiger in this drama that we're going to review. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about dramas, because this is what we do on this channel. We don't know anything really about actors or the industry. We're pretty ignorant, actually, but we're very entertained by a lot of these dramas. And so this is us telling you about it. So what are we going to talk about today?
Today we are going to talk about Snow Sword Stride.
Sword Snow Stride.
Sword Snow Stride, a 2021 drama that came out right at the end of the year, that has remarkably little swords and snow, but there's plenty of striding. Although they sort of ride a carriage. I don't know if that counts.
They ride a carriage a lot.
That's neither here nor there. So the story centers around Xu Fengnian, who is the son and heir apparent of Xu Xiao, who is the king of northern Liang. Xu Xiao is a military hero, and he's credited with a lot of like conquering and stabilizing uprisings, and people both like appreciate that he's done this, but also fear him and don't want him to have very much power. Because they know that he could take them out too. But people tend to think of him as like a military brute, even though he's actually like a very, very smart strategist person. So his son, Xu Fengnian, who's played by Zhang Ruoring, who we know from Joy of Life and other things, sort of goes on this like epic quest. So he comes back from a quest of like destroying his own reputation, trying to make everyone think he's a silly, frivolous playboy type character, and then goes and then spends, like 3 years on that quest, and then sets out on this quest to prove that he is the worthy successor of his father's northern Liang. And along the way, he of course makes lots of friends and enemies, and sort of like is refining his view of the world, of like power and right and wrong, and when force is appropriate, and sort of becomes a really powerful martial artist. And of course, because it is wuxia, he, as the main character, has the requisite harem of women that he collects and brings along with him. To play different roles, and one of them is Jiang Ni, who was a princess in a country that his father conquered, and he saved her and brought her to be like his servant girl, but this is also his love interest in the drama. So Snow Sword Stride. What did we like about it?
Snow Stride. I think the word sword is first.
Did I do it wrong again?
Yes.
Sword Snow Stride.
Okay, what did you like about it?
I liked that. I thought it was really fun. Like I like dramas where they're like going on a big adventure. And I thought this had a lot of that, and it really like just created this whole world for you, right? Like you're not like in a lot of like historical period dramas or whatever, like there's like they create this like, they sort of like they throw their story into an existing historical setting, but they had to like create this whole world with like the tensions and the political factions and the all different kinds of like Jianghu characters. And I think they like it was a fun little world that they constructed, and I really enjoyed like meeting all the different people, and I like that they go to different places so you get to see these different settings, and I thought like it was a really fun adventure.
Okay, I liked that when they did go to different places, it actually looked like different places, and that they actually shot a lot of it outside. So you did really feel like they were in the world. So I actually thought that was like well done versus like inside like a cave with neon lights.
Legend of Fate.
Okay, so the other thing is there was a lot of fighting, and I have like very mixed feelings, but I will come down on I liked it. because anyone who like watches these kinds of wuxia movies knows that the only way to settle a dispute is by fighting it out, right? And I feel like they did that enough times that I believed this was a good wuxia drama. Like that was the appropriate response in many cases, was like, let's like draw swords. So I like that they did it. There was some parts of the fighting that I didn't like because it was very CGI heavy in a lot of the different battle scenes, and sometimes it was super funny, like at the ending with all the little swords. And I mean, that
I
was
love the little
very
swords. They were
funny.
so cute, tiny
It was
little
the
swords.
teeny swords. But also
They'll
how
fuck
like
you up though. Watch out for flying little swords.
they like just go in and out of you like nothing. But also like how he's able to take everyone's sword out of their like hands, and that like kind of cracks you up. But then there were also like that eunuch who has the bad Spider-Man thing with the red thing. That was like stupid CGI. I mean, I don't know. So it was like a mix of like bad CGI and like it was obviously CGI, but it was amusing. And then some like actual like fisticuffs combat, like physical like combat. But it was overall really, I think, appropriate because, you know, in Jungho, this is how you resolve conflicts. And we felt like we got, I don't know, I felt like I got enough of the fighting that I appreciated it.
Yeah. So like I think that what I liked is that it wasn't really like until the end that it got super CGI with the fighting. Like in the beginning, there was like a lot of like good like actual body movement fighting, and sometimes when I watch the CGI fighting, I like to imagine it without the CGI and like, you know. So anyways, I also really enjoyed like seeing some of our old friends from other, I mean, like when you watch enough Chinese drama, you're like, oh, it's like what's that guy's name who was the like teacher at Sri Lanka, and he was like
teacher
riding in the carriage with oh gosh, what's her name now? I can't remember, in Dolo Continent, with the towers, you know.
Yes, I can't remember her name. Ning Rong Rong.
Right? So like
Yeah,
Ning Rong was like hanging out with the teacher, and anyways, but like it was fun to see those familiar faces, and some of their characters were good and others were not so good. So but it was like fun to see a lot of people that we recognized in this.
This was a
like,
huge cast. And I
Mhm.
would say the downside was having such a huge cast is like you divide the number of minutes you have to film by the number of people, and some people don't get as much like screen time. Like we saw like Wen Qing for like 30 seconds, and then she disappeared. And then like her main role was like to open the door, right? That's like what she did. And like hold fruit. And then, you know, like even like Van Gogh, like his role, it was like so small compared to what I
although
thought
I
it would
think
be.
that character has a much larger role in
The future.
the next installment.
Yeah. But it made me excited to, you know, for the sequel of Snow, if it happened, or if the sequel of Joy of Life, because a lot of them were from Joy, and I just think it would be really fun to see them all together again.
Although it did kind of bother me that like it felt very similar to Joy of Life in many ways. And I'm like, is Zhang Ring a decent actor, or does he always play the same role? Like, but I did think that like him and the actor who played his dad, like they had just like really fun chemistry, and they both like did like excellent performances.
Yes, I think they were both fun, and I think it definitely was fun because it was like both that they were like a certain way, but then they wanted people to think they were a different way or another way, and it was it was fun. So I hope to see them on screen together again. Okay, I thought that this was the best ending of any drama that we have ever seen, ever, hands down.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Okay, now talk about it.
Okay. I feel like when we watched it, we said the same thing, which is that siblings who revenge together stay together. And I just thought, okay, this was the perfect way to tie together the story, because this is what he does. He has his adventure, and actually the different stops on his adventure are the different places where each of the siblings live. So first he goes to Udang, which is where his little brother is, and then he visits his big sister, and then he visits his second sister, and then he goes to a place where his old friend died, which by the way, that was like so sad. I was very sad about that. And
Yes.
then and then they get together and they kill the person that one of the people that was responsible for his mom's death. And all the siblings come back together on that boat, and then they like
I was just like, each time one of them arrived, I was like, oh! Here comes second sister. And then like little brother came on a little raft, and it was just awesome. It was so much fun, and it was such a like good sibling bonding. So, you know, if you are looking for some ideas for how to bond with your siblings,
just
I'm
go
not
kill
saying
someone
kill
together.
someone together, but like, you know,
Definitely
revenge needs to be taken.
do it. Um, okay, this is like maybe less fun, but I don't know. Like one thing that I really liked about the storytelling of this is like it kind of defies a lot of the conventions that are in drama. A lot of the ways that the story typically goes is there is a protagonist, and whether it's a female or a male must make this horrifying decision about whether to pursue your one true love or to save the country and the world, right? Or like, you know, some variation of that. Like, will you be a responsible like whatever and do your duty, or will you like do this other thing, or will you like kill this person, or will you like, I mean, there's always these stupid decisions, and in every decision point he's like, why do I have to choose? I want them both or I want none, right? And I like really appreciated that, because I'm hoping that like drama screenwriters take note, don't do these stupid plot conventions, because you don't have to.
Yeah, like that's the whole basis for his character. Like I will not make a decision in your stupid false dichotomy. Like
Yeah.
it's wonderful. And he is like, and if you are truly trying to tell me that this character is brilliant, and then, you know, find a third way, which
Yeah.
is what he
Yeah.
does.
Yes,
So
that's really fun. Okay, what didn't you like? Because like it wasn't a perfect drama, let's be clear. It was a
no.
lot of fun, but it wasn't perfect. So what didn't you like?
Okay, well, I'm gonna start with something that like I'm on the fence about.
Okay.
And it's sort of related to seeing old friends. Like the really, really cute kid that was
Oh yeah, little
little
pension.
Fanshan.
He was also a little Zhang Wuji.
Yes, and he's like a Benjamin Button, like aged in reverse, kind of bad man.
Spoiler alert.
And I just like I was like, oh my god, it's that adorable kid. And then he's like not
Creepy.
so good. So, anyways, okay, stupid characters like it's okay. That character is so illogical. Like
Yes.
he doesn't make any sense, and
And
it's
not
just
in the
like
quirky way.
no, it's like, okay, well, I don't really, I he talks constantly about being in love with the sister, but he doesn't
Uh-huh.
actually like do anything to show that he like it's just like him saying it, you
Well,
know.
he stalks her.
But then like he stalks her, but he doesn't like do anything
I
like,
don't know. Yeah.
you know, like yeah, he follows her around.
Yeah.
And like maybe that is what Hollywood and Dramaland also would like to tell us is courting.
Yep.
Because don't get me started on how many Hollywood rom-coms are like
Yep.
basically a dude stalking someone that doesn't like him yet.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't like, his decisions don't make sense because he's like, oh, I really don't want to kill this guy because he's the brother of the person that I love. And then they're like, oh, you should kill this guy. And he's like, okay, I guess I'll kill this guy then. And like, he doesn't make any sense. And I don't understand, like he's clearly just like moving the plot along, but like he's not very effective. And like, so like, what are you there for?
I like it also, it comes out when he's like talking with that fisherman guy, which I also think is like a stupid character, right? And they're like debating whether he needs to die. And the fisherman also has this conversation. He's like, oh, I saved his mom, but then I feel like you should kill him. And, you know, like, let's just create like upheaval in the world because it's better for everyone. Even though it's worse for everyone, you shouldn't do it. Okay, you should do it. And then, like, that's it. right?
I skipped most of that because I was like, I can't listen to
I,
you people and your
it didn't make
nonsense.
any sense.
Yeah.
And I will also make fun of his sidekick, which is that like walking suit of armor. Like that was the stupidest sidekick that I have. I think like stupidest sidekick award because he was like pretty
Yeah.
useless, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I also hated although she didn't have a large role, the princess character who, like,
Yeah.
do you really have to have a shrewy woman scorned? Like, I'm
Yes.
gonna destroy
Yes.
everything because you don't want to marry. Like, it's just so dumb.
It's like part of the set that comes when you do Chinese drama is like a woman that didn't get the man who's angry.
Yeah, like it's the only thing that we have to be angry about in the world. Um,
Yeah.
and although it was balanced by, like, even though they were like part of his like little harem, like there were some really cool women characters in
I
the
think
show
so.
as well. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I don't know if this is like I vehemently disliked it, but I'm gonna make fun of it, which is like Vengo's tiny white horse. I mean, you know, he has this whole aura. He like wears all white and he's supposed to be the knight in shining armor and all of that, but his horse is too small for him. This is a tall guy. Guys, when you're picking, I mean, I don't know, like his horse was way too small for him. And it just
His
made me
horse
laugh
was
every time
just
he
so,
showed up.
like, this horse, I'm not body shaming this horse in any way. The horse looked like it was real buff and strong.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Vingo is very tall, and him sitting on that tiny horse, like I wondered whether he would have been taller standing up next to the horse.
I thought that too. And I bet if you or I were on that horse, it would look like a big white horse.
We are
We're
not
not
tall people.
6 feet tall.
Yeah, the horse. I don't know if it's casting that does horses, but
I
like
don't know. Do you cast a horse or is that part
I,
of like the
I
like
don't know. I do
okay.
not see. Again, we know nothing about how drama is made. Just that horse could have been taller.
But I
For
mean
it to,
also like were there no other white horses that you could have used? Maybe the answer is no. We don't know. Anyway, that horse was too
you know,
short and it was comic. So anyway.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
So
the list of things we didn't like about this drama is not big, and it's not like anything like
yeah.
philosophical or substantive. It's like, I mean, other than the stupid characters, like it's pretty light.
Yeah.
But let's go back to things. Second, let's just take a moment and appreciate the second sister and the
Yes.
badassery of that character.
She is the best sister in Cdrama. I feel like she's so amazing. I like that everyone in her house and her family is terrified of her and how funny that is.
Like they're like all when they like come back and everybody's like hiding outside and his
Yeah.
dad like meets him like 20 miles out of the city because he's like she's home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are your hopes and aspirations for a sequel other than it existing? We would like for
I really do want it to exist. And like I guess like the thing with sequels is that like you never know if you're gonna get like the same people back, and I think that would be really sad. But I'm sure like it seems like there's good like script writing and good storytelling and good directing, so I feel like it could be good too. I think like I'm with everyone that is like also like Evernight versus Evernight 2, right? Which, you know, by the way, I didn't watch either of them to completion, but I watched like only like 2 or 3 episodes of Evernight season 2. But it's like the production dollars clearly went down. Like some of the key main roles were changed out. The writing was terrible. And so anyway, it's like it could be really, really bad if like the same people that you love have grown to like don't come back.
Well, I did see in one of the drama reviewers that we follow was talking about open casting for like a lot of the characters are potentially being recast. So I think we will not see all the same people.
I think I did really like the Jungmi character at the end. In the
a
beginning,
lot of people
I was
hated her.
I know. I was on the fence a little in the beginning because I didn't understand her, but then I like really did grow to like her a lot.
And I think that was a deviance from the novel or whatever
Okay.
criticism, but we didn't read it, so I don't know.
Okay.
But I thought she was cute, and I liked their relationship. It was cute, and I like how it developed and how they like each. I mean, it like they each came to think about their how important their like how much of a priority their relationship was with each other versus like their other
Yeah.
responsibilities. So I liked how that all unfolded, and I didn't have any criticism of the actor, but whatever. Yeah,
So that's my
so
main concern.
I think that from what I have seen on the internet, Joy of Life 2 will come before
Yeah.
this Snow Sword Stride, Sword Snow Stride.
Swords. Yeah.
Too. But I do think that will be an indication of how this will
Sequels.
be.
Which, please, guys, make the sequel already, because I'm dying
Yeah,
to watch it.
come on. It's been years. Anyways, but I like that this didn't just leave us on a like total like there's obviously a lot more to this story that is yet to unfold, but it didn't like leave us on this total cliffhanger.
Yes.
Yeah. So would you recommend it? Would you watch again?
I would recommend it. I think that it was like one of the best things that we've seen in a really long time, because it was fun. It wasn't heavy. It had interesting stuff going on. It kept you watching, but you didn't feel like, it wasn't like strange and, weird cliffhangers. The story progressed really nicely. You mostly liked all the people. And again, it had the greatest ending that we have seen in a long time or
It was
ever.
just so satisfying. And
Yeah.
like just to be clear that we are siblings and we have never killed anyone together. Put it out there. But yeah, the ending was so delightful.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, Happy New Year.
Thanks
Go
for
eat something
watching.
delicious.
Happy New Year.
We wouldn't even know who we'd want to kill.